I wanted to come to China to experience a new culture, but also to try and get some work experience during the summer, some hands-on work experience, because I've had experiences at home where you go in and basically you just work shadow, you follow someone around. Here it was actually, you're going to be used by a company, you're given set roles. I really wanted that sort of experience, but also it's my summer as well. I wanted to enjoy myself, I wanted to get out. I saw the pictures online of people going to the Great Wall, getting to do different activities, so that was why I chose Gi2C. I found Beijing was actually, it's been a lot more accessible than I thought. Whenever I read about it online, it sounded huge compared to Ireland. It's 4 times the size of Ireland, just in Beijing, but the subway is easy to get around, the people are friendly. Even if you can't speak English, you're still able to go into restaurants and order food. People understand you as long as you're friendly. And there's just so much to do. There's always stuff going on at night time or during the day. Over the weekends, we haven't had a free minute really. It's been really good. On one of our first weekends, we went to the Great Wall, which was on everyone's to-do list straight away, obviously. A photographer came with us, which was great fun. We spent a few hours there, we got a buffet up at the Great Wall, and then even on the way back, which wasn't part of the day, we went to the Temple of Heaven, so that was amazing. It was like a huge park, like Central Park or Hyde Park around the world. It's incredible to see. We've done so many different things. We did KTV, which was something I never thought I'd enjoy, karaoke, but everyone's really easy to get on with. All the interns are so friendly that even ended up singing, which I don't usually do, so everyone joined in and it was really good fun. My favourite thing to do so far was probably KTV night. KTV night, I had quite low expectations because I don't sing at all and I was quite nervous about it, but we went with a big group of friends. There was about 15 of us in a room and it was just a really good night. There was beers there, we had some food, we had a lot of fun, and we even went out to a club afterwards, so everyone had a great time. That's the thing I've been most surprised with, because whenever I go to any other big city in the world, like London for example, you can spend, if you're there for a month, you'd spend hundreds of pounds getting around on the tube. A tube to go anywhere around Beijing on one train only costs about 20p, which is nothing at home. And it's so easy to follow, it's all in English. On the first day we had to come to the Gi2C office and it was so easy. It was 5 stops away, everything was in English, and even though we were all a bit nervous on the first day, it really calmed us down that it was so easy. Accommodation has been one of the highlights. It's a really nice, we're on the 12th floor, so we have the penthouse suite of one of our apartments looking out over a great view, the skyscrapers, which are all lit up at night, which are lovely. We've got modern rooms, double beds, there's 3 of us staying in the one apartment. So we've all been getting on great, we have some meals together, there's a big TV. So yeah, that's been one of the highlights definitely. From looking at applying to jobs in the UK in particular, it's so competitive at the minute. You don't just have to have an internship anymore. I have internships at home, but if you can go abroad and show something different, it starts the conversation in your interview so much easier. Someone doesn't just glance over your CV anymore, they actually read it because they're interested about, oh, why did you go to China? That's obscure, and maybe they can talk about their experiences if they've travelled to China, so it really gives you a starting point that other people don't have. It's been a mixed bag working at the company, to be honest. It wasn't what I expected, but I've been told to expect different things whenever you come to China. The building wasn't what I was expecting, a big skyscraper, and it was a bit smaller. But I've been working with other interns, which has been positive. There's our supervisor speaks good English. He also has interned before, so he was able to relay it and give us jobs that we could do. I've been involved in deals. I've been organising events, speaking to clients, and even learned a bit of Chinese as well along the way. So that will be very important, yeah. From the experience so far, I think I've learned to be more outgoing. Especially whenever there's a language barrier and you're put in a room with a client that you have to entertain, you really have to go the extra mile. You have to use hand movements, you have to try and use apps on your phone to translate, you just have to try and smile, be friendly. You can communicate with anyone in any language if you make the effort. I've learned that people will try, like if you make networks with people, you can use those and people will always try to help you out in business, especially in China, it's very important. So I've just learned the importance of networking, I'd say would be the... Yes, my supervisor is from America actually, Mr. Yao, and he's very, very friendly. He's interned before and he's not even that much older than me, so he's been the supervisor of my team of interns. So he's really been able to relate to us. He knows that I was only here for a month, so he's been encouraging us to get involved in deals, things that we can really take back, and he's taken us to meetings with him, introduced us to some of his networks, so it's been very good in that sense. First of all, it was from targetjobs.com. I've signed up to their website, which sends me links, so I heard about a few different companies, Gi2C included. I wanted to travel to Asia this summer, so there's a couple of different options, but Gi2C was the one which was most helpful. I had interviews with a few different companies, but Gi2C really were able to get me an internship in the finance industry, and they were able to do it with not too much notice because I was a bit late applying for things, so it was very helpful, so it was good. I found the website was helpful to some extent. It was good that it gave you different contact details, so if there was anything which wasn't clear on the website, you could get in contact with someone. And then later on, I could have done maybe with the internship handbook that we get later on emailed to us. I could have maybe, if you'd had access to that on the website at an earlier date, more information makes the decision easier, because I was quite nervous about coming, so if you'd been able to get the booklet, more information, like sooner would have been better probably. I think it would have been, to get the internship on my own would have been very, very difficult, I think. Not even just the job aspect of it, I think the apartment, with the fact that on the first day I instantly have 2 friends who are my roommates to go on the subway with me, that's a big difference. I wouldn't have been able to do that by myself. Orientation first morning, you go and everyone had lunch together, we had dinner together that night. Just having 15 people all speaking English, it's a huge deal. I could have possibly got work here by applying online, but again there's a language difficulty as well, so you wouldn't know that you had an English supervisor, and that's been a big deal as well. It's been good, mainly through emails. The support network has been very strong. I haven't had too much to get in contact about, but there's been a few events organised like bowling, KTV night, the Great Wall, and we've always been able to email about that, so it's been very good. When I was applying for my visa, I was able to email through people about what exactly to fill out in my form. I was able to send them a copy of my form, which was good because it's quite difficult to know exactly what to put into different boxes, which is very helpful. Sadly, my flight got delayed, so the airport pickup wasn't as successful, but I was still able to, since I gave them at such short notice that I was arriving late, I was still able to get picked up at the airport and brought to my apartment, which was very good. Everyone's been very friendly. One of our highlights has been whenever we went to the Great Wall, and we got a photographer came with us and another member of staff came, and it was a very positive day. Again, whenever we went to KTV night, there was more Gi2 staff there. Everyone's easy to talk to. The very first night even we went for a meal with a member of staff as well, so it's been very easy to get along with people. They really interact and you don't feel as if they're staff, you just feel as if there's someone that you know in Beijing. I would definitely recommend that they consider Gi2C. There's lots of different options out there, but from what I've experienced and from what I've heard from other interns, everyone's really enjoyed meeting up with the interns. The support network's been good, the apartments have been very good, and whenever they put you into the job, you've just got to work your hardest and see what you can get out of it. So everyone's going to have different experiences, obviously, at different jobs, but the support network there by Gi2C means that as long as you do your research into the company that they offer you, then you should have a good time. I'd say that my funniest experience would probably be KTV night. I remember there was two of the other interns were singing on the mic and they picked Beyonce, Drunk in Love, and for some reason I felt compelled to take the mic off one of them. Maybe I'd had one too many beers, but the lyrics came to my head and it was a definite highlight, and I'm glad no one got that on video. I didn't think so, but yeah, that was a fun night. Everyone enjoyed themselves, so yeah, that was probably my funniest experience. One thing I didn't do, which I think probably would have helped, is learn some basic Chinese before you come out here. Even just, you can get by, obviously, you can get by with friends by ordering food, but it helps even by getting taxis. If you're able to speak a tiny bit of Chinese, it wouldn't have taken too long, or even take Chinese lessons over here. I would really recommend learning the language.